the shot of the day.
Welcome to On the Greens. My name is Taribo Pembe. Before wasting any further time, let's have a look at what this episode has in store for us.
Coming up on the Greens, we have the annual Ngonyeni Open at the Ngonyeni Bushveld Golf Course. On the Greens also features the prestigious King's Cup tournament graced by His Majesty King Mswati III.
The month of September has been a busy golf month for SRT. Before we look at the King's Cup, let's have a look at what went down during the Ngonyeni Open.
Sunday, the 1st of September, the Ngonyeni Bushveld Golf Course hosted its annual Open with competition played by both A Division and B Division. With an early tee-off of 6 a.m., golfers were ready to hit the course. A Division favorites were national team players Mandla Dlamini, Brendan Rennie, and Willard Mkhwanazi. We spoke to them.
MJ, how are you doing today?
I'm good, thanks, and yourself?
I'm awesome, thank you. How are you feeling just before Udlalanje today?
I'm feeling really good. I feel like I've put in enough work for the week, and hopefully I can show what I've been working on the whole year. Maybe I can defend my title.
Okay, that's nice. How do you think you're going to play today?
Hopefully well, but I'm sure I'll do it right. Yeah, sure.
Chances of winning?
I can't say that right now, but but I'm sure they're pretty high. Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Have a good day.
Mr. Rainey, how are you doing today?
Thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How do you think you're going to play today?
I don't think too bad, but I'm not too sure. It's quite a difficult golf course. So if I can hit it straight, I think I'll be able to minimize the damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chances of winning?
Probably 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10.
Are you serious?
Some good guys, yeah. Is that not high enough? Should I be saying 10 out of 10?
Okay. No, not 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10 is true.
Okay, let's say 7. Let's say 7.
7 is fine. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your time.
The first group was ready to tee off with defending champion Mandla taking the honor to tee off first. Next on the tee box was Brendan Rennie, who looked ready and focused to take on the 36 holes. After Rennie, Usutu Forest captain Dean Johnson swings away. Last on the tee box was also the favourite Sfiso Villani, who tees off with a 3-wood. Right behind them was a 4-ball of Willard Mkhwanazi, Sanele Myeni, Jacobus Pina, and Justice Dlamini, who all tee off in style. Having to reload, Sanele Myeni plays another shot and also pulls it out of bounds. Receives another ball. Tees off again. This time, gets it on the fairway. Moving along to catch up with B Division, who were teeing off at 7:10 a.m. on the 10th par 5, we caught up with Fanny Mthethwa, Junior Ngubane, Wandile Simelane, and George Nisbet as they tee off to begin their 36 holes. Right behind them was Dudley Ferna, who spoke to On the Greens.
Morning, Taribo. Feeling Olympic, thank you very much. Hoping for a good day. The weather looks great. Little bit chilly at the moment, but I'm sure it'll warm up and there's going to be some fantastic golf today.
It's a 36 hole, and for a change, you're using carts. Will that improve your game?
Well, it's the first time I've entered the Open because we're using carts. I think for a lot of players it will improve the game. Over 36 holes won't get that tired. I think walking in Konyeni is quite a long walk, and to walk in Konyeni you have to be a very dedicated golfer, which I am not. I'm a social golfer.
I know you're resident here. How's the course playing? How are the greens and everything else?
Looking very, very good. The greens are running very nice. They're running nice and true. We've gotten the speed up nicely, so they're going to be quite quick today, especially once it warms up and the sun gets a bit hotter. I think the guys that are used to the slower greens are going to struggle a little bit.
All the best in your rounds.
Thank you very much.
Also watching some of the action was Bambi, a familiar face at the course as Khulile Dlamini tees off. Efan Dada and Brian Maisela. On the 12th hole, Dean Johnson attacks the green. Brendan Rennie does the same. Tricky shot for Sfiso. He has no stance and plays it well. MJ punches down his second and plays a good shot on the green. Sfiso plays his third, attacking the flag. With Brendan following suit. Way on top of the green, MJ attempts a long birdie putt. Strikes it well. And the ball passes right off the hole. Leaves him work to do for his birdie. Steps up for his par. Slots in the par. Let's see what Dean can do with this birdie putt. Strikes it a little bit too firm, and the ball breaks right after the hole. Trying to save the par, Dean putts well. Ball just touches the hole. Sfiso for his par putt. Ball just breaks to the left. Walks and taps in the bogey. Rainy for par. Doesn't hit it firm enough. He taps in the bogey. Right behind them, also playing their second 9 on the same hole, Justice swings close, while Willard Mkonazi plays a good shot under the furniture. Way off the green, Justice rolls his putt close to the hole to give him a par opportunity. Nyeni plays an exquisite chip close to the hole. Willard chipping for birdie and almost holds it in. Great chip. Putting for par, Justice drops it easily. Believe it or not, Yako putting for birdie. Sinks it in.
Judging by them, they think I can putt.
Seems to love that play. Nyeni finishing off his par, drops it in. Last player to drop his par was an excited Willard Mkonazi.
Yeah. Suluga, baby. It's on the green, put it.
We move on to catch up with the rest of the field, and we found out from Fundo Ngumalo how the first 18 went.
Fundo, first 18 is up. How did you play?
Not too bad. I had a solid round, 2 over 73. I had a couple of hiccups here and there, but then I ended up well.
Couple of hiccups. Where exactly did you have the hiccups? Which holes?
First hole and second, I had 2 bogeys, then I recovered with 2 birdies.
We caught up you on hole number 14, par 5. Can we walk through that hole?
I smacked my driver down the fairway. I took 4-iron second shot, just a bit short. Then I chipped it on. I had a 2-putt.
It's noon, and all the golfers have turned for their second 18. Walter Dlamini putts for par on the second hole. Playing alongside Qiniso Mkonda, who also drops in his par. And Bambo Gunene, who drops in a birdie and leaves a nearest to the hole mark.
Brendan, so far how's it going?
It's going absolutely amazing. I'm having a great time next to MJ here, watching him play good golf.
MJ, how's it going so far?
It's going pretty good. Just a couple of mistakes, but everything's fine.
Last 9?
12 this time again, so, but I'll bring it back.
We'll catch up on you on the 18.
Thank you very much.
Catching up with B Division on their final 18. Dudley swings, followed by Brian Maisela, Khulile Dlamini, and Evan Dada. They all attack the green. Finding his ball just off the fringe, Khulile putts well, attacking the hole. Maisela also putting for birdie. Oh, just leaves it short. Walks and taps in the par. Dada for par. Leaves it short. Can Dudley drop in this birdie? Holds it in.
Yes, free at last.
Beautiful birdie from Mr. Frenna.
Took me a while to get mine.
Khulile for his par. Drops it in with ease. And Dada finishes off with his own par. At the 7th, 8 division players sent darts on the green. Right at the 18th, the 4-ball of Willard, Yaku, Nieni, and Justice walk across to finish their 36th hole. Can they finish in style? Willard putting for birdie. Takes a practice swing. Putts off the fringe. Ball looks good. Drops in the long birdie. Can Justice send in a reply?
Whoa!
Yes, he does.
That's the low of attraction.
Oh, what a finish for this ball.
We're waiting for the cover.
Wrapping up the play, Yako slots in his palm.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Jakob. Hey, what play? Hey, man. No play. I know. Thank you guys, it's over.
Also closing up on the 18th are the leaders, with Sfiso chipping close his birdie. Brendan putting for birdie. Doesn't hit it firm enough. His ball breaks to the left. Walks and taps in the par to finish off his 36th hole. Finishes with a total gross of 151. Dean Johnson putts to finish, misses the birdie, and finishes his 36th hole with a gross of 162. If MJ drops in this birdie, he wins the championship outright. Putts. Oh, leaves it short. This means that if Sfiso drops in this par, he takes the championship to a playoff. He putts. Oh, he misses it. Taps in and finishes the round with a gross of 145. MJ just has this putt to defend his Ngonyeni Open title. He drops it in, and that crowns him the 2019 Ngonyeni Open champion, finishing the round with a gross score of 144.
Our runner-up today in the B division, beating Dudley by one shot with a gross score of 172, Irfan Dada. And the B division champion for 2019 with a gross score of 168, welcome Mshlanga.
No, ngidlale kahle. I think from the morning, qaleke kabi kona, but I composed myself. Ngabuya ngazama ukuthi manage the course, ngaba se-fairway. La ngibona khona ukuthi akudriveki kahle, ngishayile kancane, and I found myself playing very well. Noma ngabe bengi-awkward, but I had a way to come back. So I played 84-84, and to me it's quite wonderful.
In third place today with a gross score of 148, Nkonyeni's own Jacoba Spinar.
Local knowledge.
Our run-up today with a gross score of 145, Sifiso Villani. And defending his Nkonyeni Open title very successfully today again with a gross score of 144, Mandla MJ Lamini. Well done, Mandla.
It went well. I played really well, and I just kept it solid, and I'm so happy that I got to defend my title.
You are playing 36 holes. First 18 udlale the second 18 udlale
So I wouldn't say good things like gahle, but you know I did enough to win, which was pretty nice. So first 18 I played okay. Besides the second hole, I made double on the second hole of the day, and then towards then I was 2 under par and shot level par, and then in the afternoon I did the exact same thing. I made a double on the second hole, but this time I couldn't recover. I made an eagle on the 10th, birdied the 14th, the par 5. So I was coming in hot, and then I just had a triple on the 15th, and then I just maintained it, but it was hard. It was hard. Sfiso was coming up.
Talking about Sfiso, here at the 18, you know, he had a part to actually take you guys to playoff. Were you nervous?
To be honest, I was okay because I knew that if I could just probably come down the 18th again, do the exact same thing I did, hit the green, hopefully make the putt this time, I would win. So I wasn't really nervous because I had my 2 putts secured. You know, it's all up to him whether he would make up and down for par or not.
Okay, coming back to the King's Cup playing this week. You're one of the chosen amateurs to represent the country. How do you feel, and was this part of practice towards the King's Cup this week?
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited to play. It's my first ever professional event, so that's pretty cool. Even though I'm an amateur, I'm excited to play and participate with the big guys. You know, compete against the big players. So I'm looking forward to it. And this was good practice for me, just to narrow out the shapes. You know, because Ngonyeni is tighter than Real Swazi, so it was good practice for me.
For once, are we expecting a Swazi to hold the King's Cup trophy like you're holding a trophy today?
That's the plan. That's the plan. As I said this morning, I fancy my chances again to win next week. So that's the plan. Go out there and try to do my best.
All the best. We'll be watching.
Thank you very much, Taribo. Cheers.
Congratulations to Mandla Junior Dlamini for yet again defending the Ngonyeni Open. He's also part of the amateur players that represented the country in the King's Golf Cup. Let's have a look at what went down during the King's Golf Cup.
The King's Cup, the most prestigious golf tournament held in the Kingdom of Eswatini at the Royal Swazi Golf Club. Making its debut this year on the Sunshine Tour, being played for 3 days from the 5th of September to the 7th of September. With the course nestled on the foothills of the Ezulwini Valley, its most challenging features being the water hazards, neatly cut greens amongst others. The course was all welcoming to every golfer. The first day saw the pros teeing off for the big prize. Day 2, with the beautiful sun hovering over the mountains, promised to be a good day for golf. With the course being prepared, marked and all, Eswatini golfers were upbeat to rub shoulders with the pros. We hear from the junior golfers.
Mean for you to be a part of the King's Cup?
Gosh, I mean, this is a very beautiful opportunity. I mean, I'm so grateful for having being put in this competition. I've always wanted to play this competition, so yeah, it means a lot to me.
All right, cool. Since this is your first time, how do you think the experience is going to be?
Oh gosh, I'm playing with the pros, so right now I'm feeling a bit nervous, but all in all, I think it'll be a very beautiful experience.
All right, you just answered my other question of how you are feeling today. Besides the nerves, how are you feeling?
Excited, really. I mean, yeah, I'm nervous, but I mean, this is a very beautiful experience, and I mean, yeah.
Payo, thank you very much and good luck for today.
Thank you so much.
To be part of this tournament, it means a lot to me because I'll get to experience on how they play, and that I'm playing with pros, I'll get to learn some of the things. Yeah.
Okay, since it's your first time, how do you think the experience is going to be?
I am excited but a little bit more nervous. I am nervous.
All right, thank you, Kasile, and good luck for today.
Thank you.
Kenneth Ngambule, you're about to tee off on your maiden King's Cup. How does that feel?
No, it feels so special, very special. Yeah, because to me this is the biggest tournament that I've ever played. So that's why it feels so special.
What are you looking to achieve today, personally, as you as a golfer?
No, I think the best thing that I would do today is just to play. I will be playing with a pro, so I think I'll be learning at the same time. So yeah, that's it.
All your best in your round.
No, thank you so much, Taribo. Yeah, thanks.
Well, pro, the plans for today, King's Cup golf tournament?
I'm looking for the best round. Hopefully, I'll lift the cup in the amateurs section.
All the best.
All right, thank you.
Playing alongside the lanky James Hart Dupree from South Africa and local professional James Pennington, Payo Dlamini and Qalsile Dlamini tee off in style. From the rough, Qalsile plays her punch shot through the trees into the bunker and she plays it out. Payo does the same. From the fringe, Payo chips his third for a birdie. Ball rolls just past the hole. From behind the green, Dupree chips and finds the fringe. Putts it close. Jamie for birdie. Good putt. Walks and taps in his opening par for the day. Payo at the edge of the green. misses to the right. Taps in the bogey. Galsile wraps the first hole with the bogey. Dupree taps in his par. At hole number 2, we caught up with the 4-ball of Kenneth Ngambule, Patson Dlamini, Andre Nel, and Dion from South Africa as they tee off. Playing from the back tee, Dion strikes a monster down the fairway. Kenneth Ngambule also belts his drive center of the fairway. Patson, the last amateur to tee off on this group, takes his time, takes a practice swing, and smashes his drive down the fairway.
Not coming up.
Finds his second, plays it down the left of the hole. Kenneth follows suit but lands his inside the bunker. Now with his second, sends a dart onto the green. With his wedge, Dion exquisitely chips it close to the green. What a shot! Let's see that again. Great play! Finding his ball in the bunker, Kenneth plays a good bunker shot while Patson gets his close from the fringe. Kenneth putting for par. Almost holds it, walks and taps in the bogey. Patson for par. Oops! He was robbed right there. Let's see that again. Dion for birdie. Ooh! Leaves it just short and taps in the par. While Andre takes a look at this birdie opportunity, takes his time. He sinks this one, he goes 1 under. Good looking putt, and he holds it. What a great birdie by Andre. On the dogleg par 5, we caught up with the juniors playing alongside their pros. They navigate the par 5. Dupree attacks from the woods, and Jamie plays his second straight into the bunker. plays an exquisite bunker shot and almost holds in the eagle. Oh, what a shot by Jamie, and taps in the birdie. Also from the bunker, Qansile runs hers past the hole. Dupree for birdie. Oh, leaves it just short and taps in the par. Payo putting for birdie. Misses it to the left. Taps in the par. Wrapping up her play, Qansile putts, misses it and taps in the bogey. On to the next 4 ball. Vusikama chips his ball from the fringe and rolls it close to the pin. Playing alongside Mandla Dlamini, who putts from far, hits it strongly. He knows that was too much of a stroke. He cannot believe it. He walks to putt for par. Just misses the hole and taps in the bogey. Stefan West Taylor reads his line for birdie. Holds it in. Also tapping in for par, representing Parco di Roma Country Club in Italy, Philip Geerts coolly taps it in. Vusikama cleaning up his play with a tap in par. Holds it in.
The King's Cup is a very, very important event to us. It's the 4th Sunshine Tour event of the year. We do 2 in May, we do 1 in August, and then the final event is the King's Cup. We never had it last year because last year was the Kingdom's 50-50, His Majesty's 50th birthday and so on. So there was no King's Cup last year, but this one's a bumper one. Prize money has been raised and the categorization of the event has been raised as well. And golf is becoming a regular attraction to various tourists within the Southern African scenario. Our golf course has been improving year after year. We're spending a lot of time and a lot of money on it. So golfing tourism is definitely growing.
Business is always booming around Royal Swazi during such tournaments.
Well, at the present moment, we also have a very big conference in-house, but from a golf perspective, yes. You know, the amateurs are very important to us because they're good customers of ours and the other sponsors, and they get the opportunity to play with the professionals and, you know, have a really good time. And it attracts people that want to invest in the country. And through golf, there probably I can think of about 15 people that have invested seriously in the country because of their experiences on the golf course.
Talking about people, Mr. Rousseau, there's a community around the Royal Swazi. You know, how does the community benefit from having this golf course here?
Well, the community benefits indirectly, obviously, because firstly, you know, when we attract big events like this, you know, the supply and demand of various goods, etc., go up, and obviously we need to bring in more stuff, and we use local suppliers for everything that we buy. And so, you know, from a caddying perspective, we've got a community of about 100 caddies that we rely on to come and assist golfers with. And we've got fantastic caddies. They're world renowned because their great attitudes and their great ability to be able to communicate with people and their knowledge of golf in general. So they benefit tremendously from this, and just generally the whole of the Ezulwini in particular benefits greatly from when we have these major tournaments.
Awesome, Tom. Last one. We see this year we've got juniors taking part in the Pro-Am. Juniors is also for part of the Nomads development goal. You know, how important or how good is it to see such juniors taking part with pros today?
We have an organization in Eswatini called the Nomads, and Nomads have a program called Furtherance of Golf. And what happens is various members of Nomads go out and they promote the furtherance of golf at a junior level. And what happens is various corporations and businesses invest into the furtherance of golf program, and we have a situation where we raised the Nomads raised around 300,000 emalangeni that goes towards the furtherance of golf. And Mishak Zvani, who's one of the prominent pros in golf in Eswatini, is in charge of that furtherance of golf. And what's happening is around 100 young children are being coached on golf, and who knows what's going to come out of that. We could have world champions in one of these days.
You were playing yesterday. How did your first round go?
It was tough, Taribo. Playing with professionals, though, you were able to learn a few tricks of how you can play. Hit good shots. But at the end of the day, we enjoyed the day.
It's the last day today. It's a bit wet. What are you hoping to score? Or how are you feeling towards today's weather, looking at it like this in today's game?
With such a weather, normally you see from the scores become very, very high. You can tell that the weather contributes a lot in terms of how people play. It's going to be difficult, I can see. Playing in the rain, the cold, the conditions are wet, you hit the ball, it doesn't go further. But yes, it's going to be tough, yeah.
Come at day 2 of the Pro-Am, Kings Golf Cup.
Yep.
How did day 1 go?
We played very well yesterday. We did 45 overall. With my pro, I did 5 under, and I also did 3 birdies yesterday. So it was good. Yeah.
Awesome. Talking about partnering with the pro,
yeah.
How's the experience? How's the
It's undescribable, my friend. Trust me, it's awesome. You learn a lot. The guys don't hit it hard; they just swing. So, us amateurs, we think we have to hit the ball hard. Yet you just have to swing the ball. That's it.
That's it.
So you learn a lot, and they also they coach us to some extent. I think it's going to be tough today, more especially for the pros. But for me, because I play with blades, it's a good weather for me because I normally tend to dig into the ground. So I think I'll play well.
It wouldn't be a King's Cup without His Majesty King Mswati III making a grand entrance to officially open the prestigious tournament. He took He took time to take pictures with King's Cup dignitaries. For the past tournaments, His Majesty tees up the first shot. Under coaching guidance from Vusi Dlamini, the King prepares by taking a few practice shots. He takes one practice shot, and the tee flies towards the media crew, as they are told to move aside. His Majesty plays an exquisite tee shot down the fairway to officially open the tournament. Key sponsors and dignitaries took turns to tee in front of His Majesty. Let's have a look. First up was ESRIC's Mandla Dlamini, followed by Eswatini MTN Acting CEO Mr. Siso Mhlebo, with Royal Swazi Managing Director Lance Rousseau, followed by the Minister of Tourism Moses Villarati, followed by the Minister of Tourism Moses and lastly, His Royal Highness Prince Banzi, while everyone moves slowly in the rain towards the prize presentation.
Two gentlemen, namely Easton Conradi and Sema Mzileni, and they walk away with a prize, a winner's prize of 12,000 emalangeni. And before I even finish, the small two trophies, they belong to them. Chair, this one on this side and that side, can you please pass it on? Bayithe wena waphakathi uyakhala DPMC lo sikhulu ukuthi sakhe sikwazi kangeni. Mhlane khulu. Smile and stomach in, Mr. Mzileni. Thank you. It will make the picture look beautiful.
Mr. Mzileni, congratulations, 2019 Pro-Am Kings Cup champion. How does that feel?
I feel excited, I feel blessed, I feel inspired even more to even continue playing golf and also interacting more for business purposes and also just for social purposes.
Awesome stuff. Pro-Am was 2 days this year. How was the first round?
First round, the first 9 holes pretty much challenging, but the last 9 when I played, amazing. I heard it was very awesome. Second day was also very exciting, good start and high finish up, so I really enjoyed myself and with my partner, you know, Estienne Conradi. So we had wonderful golf, and it was raining, and yeah, like they say, golf humiliates you or humbles you. The rain humbled us. Yeah, we had a good time though, in spite of it all. Yeah.
How was the experience playing with a professional like him from Sunshine Tour?
Yeah, it was one hell of an experience. First of all, on a lighter note, the boys can really walk. The boys can really walk, and Estienne Conradi is just 21 years of age. By the way, born in 1997. I was surprised, and you know, his stature is quite, you know, not mine, but the way that boy can really plays, you know, can plays the ball, it's amazing, you know. But we had a number of things that we learned, social interaction, and in terms of patience, I learned that, you know, every shot counts, and you need to be patient, especially when it comes to putting.
Day 3 of the King's Cup. At the 18th hole, Jaco prepares to slot in this birdie to become 2019 King's Cup Sunshine Tour winner. He drops in the birdie, and he officially walks away with the first prize of 158,500 emalangeni, winning his first tour in the Kingdom of Eswatini.
I present you the 2019 King's Cup winner, Jaco Alles. Aye.
You had His Majesty actually handing you the trophy. You know, what kind of a special moment is that?
That's very special. You know, we don't usually get a chance to meet the King and to talk to His Majesty and say congratulations. It's very nice.
What an amazing and intense King's Golf Cup tournament, of course graced by the presence of His Majesty King Mswati III. Congratulations to Sam Mzileni for coming in first in the Pro-Am, and of course to Jaco Ellis for winning the King's Golf Cup tournament. We are hoping for a bigger and better golf tournament next year.
Join us again as we bring you golf activities happening in the country. Watch this program every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. And follow us on our Instagram page, On The Greens. Till we meet again.